Well, hello, welcome. We're live. We're live and ready, baby, from Minnesota, the land of 80,000 lakes. Now there's only 10,000. Used to be way more. At least that's what my friend tells me. That's his joke. It's pre Minnesota. They had more lakes. They had like 80,000, and now they only have 10,000. It's a good premise. Got to take your antidepressant right when you wake up. That'll get you going. That joke sucks. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? Doing a little live stream here, telling them about the new public access stuff. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm still trying to grow on YouTube here. How was your day, or night and day? I like that joke. See, it's happening to you too. You're slowly turning on Misha. You're gonna be like, I didn't like him anyways. We need Leon or Ken. Is that his name, Ken? How'd it go last night? The auditions go good? Did you hear about them at all? Yeah, I was thinking about the public access stuff a lot last night. Because I was thinking I don't want it to be exactly like mid afternoons, because it's kind of has a similar premise. But I think if we start getting guests on too, it'll be nice to, you know, there's talk shows nowadays. You have to have some type of spin on them, like traditional or talk shows kind of dead. Now it's all podcasts. But if it's a talk show, but it's actually stand-up comedy, is the comedians are the guests instead of like a traditional format. I think it could be fun. Because you could not only let them showcase some of their jokes, these comedians, you could actually have them do, their actual material, and then it'll get interrupted at one point. But then even that, there can be a little story for each character. Like if a comedian's like, hey, I'm going through something, can we have it be related to that? Or like to have some type of issue with each comic, like each guest, like, oh, this guest is mad because um, his wife cheated on him last night, and then we'll incorporate that into his bit or his segment. Auditions start today. Oh, that's right, it is today. I thought it was yesterday. I have 4 girls coming in. We workshopped the club owner sketch. We talked about new jokes about Minnesota. Okay. Who'd you workshop the club owner sketch with? Talked about new jokes. Were we there? Oh, with Misha. Okay. Yeah, what'd you come up with the club owner sketch? Because I figure, yeah, this can be like kind of like a hub too to talk about things. And came over, we wrote a few new jokes. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you guys can always hit me up too. I'm usually around. You can always call me. Got some Cafe Bustelo here. I'm trying to think what would be a funny one. Yeah, because a lot of the comics I know, I think most of them are still doing it, but there's definitely a lot of new people that I don't know. That'll be nice getting to meet the new comics. Wrote a few new jokes. Yeah, because if we have Chris Maddock on for one of them, he could do a couple of his jokes. Then I interrupt him. I'm rude. I'm, have you and Misha come in at one point and do your sets. And then that'll be kind of whoever the guest comedian is, that's where the plot kind of lies, like if it's Maddock, it's like, hey, all right, Maddock is, coming over and trying to think of like an idea why that could be a funny idea too. Do you want to invite a few comics for Tuesday? Um, yeah, I'll reach out to a couple people. Is exactly the guest drives the plot. Yeah, exactly. So then, there'll be a story between us, obviously, but the main focus will be the guest. Do you want to invite a few? Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, do you want to just do it, me, you, and Misha for the first one to establish like that's the core, and do the Bill Burr thing, and then for the second one and going forward, we could have at least one comic, because that's going to be kind of tough too, because we do need people in the audience, even if we can get like a couple people, but we might not be able to give them many lines. That's why I think just having one comedian, like you said, Misha's the host, Brandon's the feature, and then this other guy, whoever the guest is the headliner. And then there becomes an issue like, oh, Maddock has bad blood because me and him were going to go in on a comedy club or something, and I ripped him off and got the club, or basically that could be the story or the plot behind it all. Is like, yeah, everything has to do with me, or you, and you and Misha can be kind of scummy too, or like up to, because you're hanging out with me, so there's a chance that you're up to scams and stuff too. But yeah, it could be like Maddock comes back, and the only reason we're getting these comics to come back is because they want to yell at me, basically, or like talk to me about like, oh, you ripped me off on that investment, and they're never coming out of the kindness of their heart. They're coming because they want to deal with the bullshit that I put them through. It's exactly what we talked about. Establish the core. We can make them do janitor work, like polish light bulbs to get ready for Bill Burr coming. Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. Like using the comedians for not even stand up. Yeah, like they're just here's a mop. Like I thought I was doing an hour set tonight. No, things changed actually. We gotta shit all over the floor in the bathroom. Go clean that up, please. Yeah, because that to me is kind of the core, is like, yeah, because there's got to be a reason that all these, because it makes sense if the audience isn't there, and even if we get like a couple people each week, or a couple every couple shows, whatever it is, that'll still play into the fact that like nobody wants to go to this comedy club. And then if we do get extras, if they want to get a line or something, we could find a way to incorporate them, and for the extras, we could have them even just say like one line, like, I still want my money back for that Uber that you made me take, or whatever it is. Like, it's just everybody is getting screwed over by this guy. And same with the comedians. Like I said, they're not coming in because they want to do a show. They're like, I'm going to settle my bullshit business with this comedy owner because he screwed me over. Yeah, I'm liking it the more I talk about it, because some stuff only has so much potential to it. But this, once we start it, you can find a lot of ways to, because it's a kind of a unique show. It showcases the comics, but still has like almost like a sitcom of a comedy club. Like almost like a Larry Sanders in a way. Obviously, Larry Sanders is a million times better than what we'll do, but it's a similar style, like kind of showing the behind the scenes. And yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Sorry, 1 second. Walgreens again. Oh, I just had a thought too. You know how that goes. Exactly. I love it. Maddox does music too. He can come in trying to do comedy, but you just want to hear a favorite song of his. Yes. Yeah. Like stuff like that, where if they don't want to, some of these comics do, there's, comedy all the time. Sometimes they want to do something different too. So that could be fun. Cause yeah, I do think at least getting a couple jokes from, because the comedians we're going to have on are obviously ones we like, ones we think are funny. So we should at least give them a chance and be able to showcase their actual jokes, even if it's like 2 or 3 of them. So we'll have kind of like a formula of like, all right, they do 3 of their jokes and then the interruption happens and then the plot starts moving. But yeah, I was thinking about, oh yeah, like doing the behind the scenes stuff too could be good. Like, because I feel like we should prepare in case we don't get a guest or we can't get extras, because I feel like that might happen. So even on those ones, have like more personal plots, like all right, like kind of like we did with mid afternoons, where it's like, all right, this one's about Misha. Let's do Misha's backstory. This is where he's from. This is what. This is a little. You get to know a little bit more about Misha in this episode, or here's a little backstory of Brandon. Because you let the plot be moved forward by the comics, but then you still have your own little plot. So there's almost like 2 stories going, one with the comics and then one with us in house kind of thing. And we could always be like totally different too. Like before the comic gets there, we're just like biting each other's heads off and just like, screw you, dude. You don't get me anybody here. And then the comic comes in. We're like, hey, how's it going? So good to see you. Like, get him a drink, Brandon. We love this guy, don't we? Like, we all know it's kind of like a scam, but we still want to get the money and make it work. So we put on this like fake persona kind of. Yeah, that's what I was wondering last night. We need a good name, definitely. Yeah, I think the club could be the name of the show too. And I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking like something sleazy, like I was saying, like it could be a strip club name. Like just as an example, we could have it be like sugar daddies, you know, or Susie's, but yeah, it should be a little catchier. The comedy bum, sleazy, sleazy laughs. We'll keep brainstorming, spitballing that. Can you answer that, dude? I'm not dealing with Walgreens anymore. I told you to change that.
Hanging up, then it calls back automatically. Gotta actually answer it.
What could the name be?
This is? Yes.
The Comedy Club.
1260.
Comedy Club.
Yeah, I can't afford that until the 31st of May.
Showcase. Because if I'm going to be Johnny Wrights, if I'm gonna play, that's gonna be the character. Like the Giggles, like Mr. Giggles, or the Doldrums.
Oh.
Just have it be the most depressing name we can think of. The Death Factory instead of the Laugh Factory.
Procrastinating, so that would be great. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Yeah. But yeah, I really think the club name should probably be the show name.
I can't believe they actually personally call you.
Sleazy.
They personally called me and told me there's a prescription waiting for me for a week.
Sleazy
It
Slews.
wasn't even a computer.
Sleazy Sues.
You're a sleazy Sue.
Sam's Scams.
Yeah, hi Kilo. It's too early.
Sam the Scam. Sammy and the Scammers. It's just so obvious. Yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking on that. We'll think of one. It'll come to us. The Sandwich Gang. Just call it something completely random. The Sandwich Gang is in town. The Sandwich Crew.
Hey, I got really good news. I fixed my earbuds.
Nice.
Nice little pleasures. It was something with the cord. So I tried a different cord and it worked.
Yeah, good.
I was gonna clean them first, but I'm glad I tried the cord first, so I didn't have to clean them.
Sorry, about 2
hey,
weeks ago, I
can
felt
see
horrible
you.
about it.
I can see you on the computer.
Yeah.
Is it
Why?
on for real?
I'm live right now. Please, I'm talking to them.
He was talking.
Jesus Christ.
Not Elvis. You live in another house. Kilo, you're too loud, Kilo. Kilo!
He forgives you for not having cookies? No, I don't forgive him ever. I'll never forgive him.
Cry. Cry, Kilo.
It's the worst thing that ever happened to me. You basically ruined my life single-handedly. If Jason didn't live in Ohio, we could have him on the show too.
What?
Have him as a guest. That could be fun.
Ow!
Jesus Christ. She just has to have all the attention, dude. It's crazy.
I got trouble and fired. I forgot to go to a meeting. I got fired. I'm fired. They're going on welfare.
I got cookies.
They're going on welfare.
I ate most of them last night, but I got a couple. That would be cool, yeah. Yeah, got to come up to Minnesota. We got a couple new shows we're working on, Jason. One is a comedy club show where I play a sleazy comedy club owner, and Brandon and Misha are the comics. And then we're going to have other comedian guests on. And then we're also going to do a news segment show with MSP Excite that we're working on. And then we're going to do an on the street view one. So we're going to go out early June and interview people on the street and bring up random topics and try to get some interesting folks on the street. Club Sensual, the Penthouse Desires Den, the Peep Show. Yeah, the Peep Show. That's old school. Playhouse, the Naughty Nest, the Naughty Nest, the Lap Lounge, Club Seduction, the Club Desire. You're already using your AI. You gotta use your noggin, dude. You gotta use your creative brain. AI is gonna take over. We'll be the only show that doesn't use AI. I'm glad you're staying busy. The world needs your humor and positivity. I'm trying to get it out there. It's a bit of a battle, but I'm working on it. I've got enough stuff enough irons in the fucking fire. I better get something. AI. I kind of like the Peep Show, but I think, or no, was that already a show? Yeah, no, what I'm thinking is kind of like, I don't know, maybe it'll be hard to find it, but if we get a one where it's like a strip club, but it's also a comedy club, like it used to be a strip club and now it's a comedy club. Like strip comedy or
I was sitting there on Skype and Natasha,
the comedy strippers.
the assistant principal that's going to be the principal next year. All of a sudden, she's calling me on Skype. I'm like, what is Natasha?
All right. Glad you're staying busy. The world, yeah, I try. I'm trying it out. But it's always too weird and too nice, and everyone just wants to be mean and angry. It's a losing battle. You just find your little pockets of people that seem decent, and then eventually they get mean too. I don't know. I just want to put all my work or all my focus into these comedy projects because that's the only thing that I like doing. Everything else is garbage. I want to actually have a channel and a show where I'm constantly giving you guys videos and music, and that's what I've been trying to do, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like anybody really cares about the videos or the music. I'm like everyone acts like they do, but then I look at my views and never get any. It's fine. That's kind of how it is. That's kind of how it's always been. Yeah. That's why I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to do these 3 shows. I'm going to work on my music. I'm going to do my Twitch and YouTube. And I'm going to try to find more creative people that want to do sketch and want to write music and want to collaborate. That's the other thing. It's like pulling teeth to try to get people to work together or like get an interview. Everyone's like, oh, okay, yep, totally, I'll do it. And then don't show up at all. No, I can't make it. Just like, yeah, totally, dude, I'll do the interview. Sounds fun. Then they never show up. I don't know. It's just discouraging because I want to get this stuff going. I start getting to the point where I'm like, oh, cool. This guy I met on Twitter, YouTube, seems like they're going to want to do something. And then it doesn't happen. Like, I don't know why it's so hard to just hang out for an hour and get some promotion and get some different eyes on your stuff. But then this, I don't know, this whole group that I hang out with doesn't really like rap that much, and the weird creative stuff, they always seem to like, oh, this is weird or this is too weird. It's like, but that's what I like. I don't like the normal shit. I'll always be watching. That's not creepy at all. Oh, I appreciate it. But yeah, it's tough out here for sure. Not only keep that momentum, but then build off of it. And you got to be consistent, even if sometimes you don't feel as creative, or I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin too. But I definitely want to do these shows, that's for sure. I think that'll be really good once we start doing them and editing and getting in the rhythm. I know how you feel. I feel the same way. Yeah, it sucks. It's like you think you'd at least, be able to find a small group, like with so many people on the internet. And I found some good people for sure, but I don't know. Some of them leave and don't talk as much. That's why I'm like, I'm just going to start doing my stuff and doing my videos. And hopefully when I start putting these out, people will be like, oh, look, he's doing sketch comedy. I've wanted to do that. Let me, because I know I'm not like fucking, Bill Burr or anything, but I'm still want to teach people how to do sketch and how to get motivated and how to, actually turn some, make some comedy sketches, get some ideas, stuff like that. Like I've done it in the past, so it'd be awesome to teach, new people or someone that wants to. Like, hey, I want to do my first comedy sketch. Awesome, perfect. It's what kind of stuff do you want to do? Like that would be really fun too, to get that trust to like help some of these younger people out, or just people in general. Yeah, it's like there never really, I guess it does happen obviously, but there never seems to be a point where you're just like, all right, that's it, I'm good. Even when you're on, how long is that going to last? And that's why I'm like, as long as I'm doing comedy stuff, I'm at least doing what I want to do. So if the worst case scenario nobody watches, I'll just keep doing it because I like doing it, because I like to create stuff and I like hanging out with my friends and riffing off each other. And we did some pretty good improv in that one. Like it's just about the experience, and I gotta keep telling myself that, because that's kind of how I fucked up when I was younger. Is I always had in my head that I was going to be famous, and when it didn't happen, I kind of got discouraged. But I didn't really appreciate or be grateful for all the shows I got to do, all the great comics I got to work with, all the sketch stuff, all these connections and networking. I did do a lot. I didn't get famous, but I still was doing stand up for years and working in sketches, and people that I looked up to that were my comedian friends were telling me I was hilarious. And, it's the best feeling in the world when the people that you want to like you the most finally do. But you kind of get burnt out after that after a while. And yeah. And that's the other thing. How far do you keep going? It's hard to want to do again after that. Yeah, that's the thing. What's worse is I got a message complaining about the episode. My last show only got 3 to 8 views, which is pathetic after doing it for 10 years. Yeah, it's like all that work and just nothing. You got a message complaining about the episode? Dude, people are so fucking petty and pathetic about stuff. They just want to complain about because they can, they know they can comment. They just want to say every little critique they can. I didn't like when you made the dandelion joke, so I'm not watching anymore. Like, people hear they're so critical. They hear one little tiny thing they don't like, and they're like, "Oop, that's it. I'm done." But that's what I was trying to tell you, Jason, and trying to motivate you, because that's what you got to just keep on doing. Even if you only get 8 people, you just got to keep going weekly. You got to give yourself like a time frame, like 6 months or a year. Like, all right, I'm going to put effort back into it, and we'll see where we're at this point. I pay $40 a month between my streaming service and podcasting service. It's a waste of money. Yeah, if you don't do it, I truly appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. Yeah, no, I like you, Jason. You're good shit. It just seemed like you were starting to get back into it, and then you didn't, and that's disappointing. I know how that can happen, though. You're just not feeling it as much or whatever it is. But that's why I think you just keep going. I can come on there and get your buddy Frankie, a couple of your other friends, and just talk. Just get a fun conversation going, Screw it. The audience will deal with whatever it is, just, hey, my buddies are here right now. I'm going to have some fun, That's what I always try to do, at least. Everybody wants to make it like too perfect or just precise. It's like you're putting on a show. You're hanging out with your friends. You're telling stories. Like, I don't know. I'm clearly not an expert, but that's usually when I have the most fun. Yeah, I did it. I went live on my phone yesterday, and it didn't show up a couple of the chats. It's like, well, I don't know why that's happening. I was watching. It was a fun stream. Oh, which one? Yesterday? Yeah, it was funny because I was in the chat or on the video. I'm like, hey, you guys, can you send me a couple messages? And then I looked, and there were like a couple of random people that said hi, and you had said some stuff. And I was like, oh, shit, it didn't show up. And here I am looking like an asshole. Yeah, I think yeah, Jason, if you want to get involved in the writing with this show, the comedy club show, we could give you some idea or some premises and plots if you want to write a few jokes for it or something. Because the plot right now, or what we have so far, is that I'm a sleazy comedy club owner, and Brandon and Misha are the regular in-house comics. And then we have another comedian come on as the headliner, and so he'll be the guest for the episode. So that's kind of where we're at right now. From my noggin. Oh, you got some new ones? Did you send them? Oh my gosh. It says from my noggin, but I don't have anything. Is it not sending me certain messages? The fuck? Sounds like a good premise. Just be careful with Misha. Just be careful with Misha. Why? You're worried about Misha already? Just be careful about Misha. I have a feeling he's only using you guys to send your sketches back to Russia. Yeah, that's probably it, man. He does seem like a spy. He's always looking at us through binoculars. I thought that was a little weird. He's just like, all right, you guys, I'm going back home. It's just the studio's cleaned out. There's nothing in there. Get me shut. He is a little tough to work with, for sure. You gotta give him very specific directions usually. And you can't leave him alone for like 5 minutes or he'll start wandering. Yeah. But when he's funny, man. He's got a very unique sense of humor. That's what I've always liked, the abstract people, the weirdos, not trying to do like the same traditional stuff all the time. That could be a plot for an episode, actually, Jason. Could have one where Misha's gone and the comedy club is wiped out. There's no money in the till. It's like he took our movie idea and went to Russia. We're screwed. Why isn't it letting me do the poll? Somebody answer the poll. We got to get Jason doing a show again. If the poll says yes, then he has to do his show. Yeah, I played somebody in Madden the other day that was from Cincinnati. He played as the Bengals too. He was a nice dude. I was telling him about the tornado. Is my message not coming through? Yeah, it didn't come through. All I saw was from my noggin. I didn't see the actual. Try to send it again. Yeah, I don't know. I thought, I'll change to my PC to make sure the messages come through, and now it's still not. It just says from my noggin. All right, I got you guys as moderators now. Send it to Facebook message. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's too long. I don't know. Yeah, because if the character is going to be, if the main guy is going to be Johnny Wrights, maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be somebody else. I don't know. I could just be, my name could just be Duke the Puke. Duke the Puke's coming through, man. He's got his comedy club. Go to Duke's the Puke, where we don't clean up any of the vomit on our floors because we like to keep it sleazy. Will you do a show tonight? Yeah. Yep, definitely. I just am trying to get on YouTube a little more, and I figure get in the habit of it. So figure do like an hour or so in the morning on Face or YouTube, and then still doing my 3 times a week on Twitch. So yeah, I'll still be doing my Wednesday, Friday morning, and Saturday evening shows on Twitch. But I'm probably gonna do Tuesday morning, and maybe not always Wednesday morning because I do have the show in the evening. But yeah, I want to do at least like 2 to 3 times on YouTube. Because then if I feel like if I'm doing 3 on each one, and then I can kind of see, maybe if one starts doing better, I can do a little more at one place. I always look forward to your streams. I appreciate it. I like doing it. I got some weird theme park rides to show tonight, and a couple of good body cam videos, and I got to do some freestyling. Feeling like the styling still. I did freestyle on YouTube once, and I think it went all right. There were a couple of them that were decent, but I did copyright free music, and I guess it worked because YouTube is usually pretty strict, but they didn't give me a strike. So apparently it was copyright free. Yeah, Brandon and Jason are mods now. Yeah, I didn't get it on Messenger either, Brandon. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I did. Never mind. I got it on there. Yeah, maybe they were. They do seem a little more strict on here. The Bump and Grinder, the Threesome Tent, the Hairy Palm. I like the Hairy Palm. Erotic Big Toe, the Horror Store, the Slut Hut. Yeah, Erotic Big Toe. The sexy hairy toe. No, I like it. I like the idea. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Slutty Sue's. It's the only thing that's in my brain right now. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Strip club meets comedy club. Strip comedy, strip comedy. But it's not going to be strip comedy, but that's the idea. Like it used to be named Sugar Daddies, and now they turned the name into Comedy Daddies or Sugar Comedy, where it still has that sleazy name. Like you could tell that it was combined with a comedy club. Sugar Daddy Doe. Sugar Daddy Joe. Yeah, YouTube's is weird, a lot weirder than Twitch with the stuff you can show. But if you become a partner on Twitch, like the next monetized step or whatever, you make even more money with partner. They cut down a little bit more on the videos. Oh, you know what we could do? We could call it Chuckle Sluts. Or the Chuckle Hut Slut, the Chuckle Slut Hut. I'm just spitballing still. We're still just brainstorming ideas. Hey, Potato Head, what's up? Hello, how are you doing? Do you really look like a potato head, or do you just have the name? We're currently coming up with ideas for a comedy sketch show we're working on. And it's going to be a sleazy comedy club owner. That's the premise so far, Potato Head. Yeah, Sugar Daddy, something along those lines, like Daddy's crossed out, funnies. Yeah, exactly. Something crossed out where you can see like, oh, it used to be strippers and now it says comics or something like that. Yeah, Chuckle Sluts could be fun. Because it's a bit of both. It's got the strip club and the comedy club aspect to it. Yeah, I want to try to get Chris Knutson, but I don't know if Chris Knutson's or used to be a Minneapolis comic. I think he doesn't do it anymore. I ran into him a couple of years ago at a Twins game, and he said he wasn't doing it at all. So that's disappointing. He was one of my favorites, but maybe we could still get him to do a sketch. Who knows? Send us a picture of your head. You know, this channel is about trust. We gotta trust Potato Head with his word. You know, he hasn't done anything to tell us otherwise or make him not believe it or make us not believe him. He just sends us a picture of a potato head photoshopped on his body. But yeah, so what else did you and Misha come up with, Brandon? Anything else? We're doing a public or a comedy show, a public access comedy sketch show. I know we're kind of big time around here, Potato Head. We do sketches at public access. We're pretty famous. But we're still down to earth. You know, we still just act cool. But we could definitely have some of the people at public access involved too, maybe. Hopefully, I can talk to some of them, get some extras while we shoot. So that could be good. Yeah, there's because I feel like once we start getting plots with each comic, it'll all kind of reflect us too. You know, like whatever issue he's having, it's because of some scam that we did in the past. So it slowly like each episode shows that we're like slowly reveals who we are and all this shit that we did in our past, kind of thing. And I'm trying to think. I'm sure it'll come to us, or it'll get more obvious the more we do it. But we got to have some type of big plot involved too, like have a little one that gets resolved each episode, but then eventually there's one that kind of is reoccurring and something to really hold their attention. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think we could do it once a week. It might be better to do it once a week. Or I don't know, I guess we could try once a week and twice a week and see which one works better, because it might be nice to have a little break. Keep it fresh. But yeah, it'll be exciting, dude. I haven't been recording stuff at public access forever or in forever. Pilo's coming out. He wants to know all about it. Yeah, because we could probably get Robert Burrill. We could probably get Maddock. Could probably get Mary Mack at some point, maybe. That would be a good episode. And then it'd be really fun to go to the comedy clubs too and meet some new people, get some of the newer comics. Like I said, I haven't been there in forever. And I'm sure, Brandon, you know a lot of people, and Misha, of course. It'll be fun. We'll have a new weirdo every week, different comedian every week. We'll act like idiots and record ourselves, like we always do. I'm thinking pretty short episodes too. I don't know if you guys thought about that yet, but definitely like a 5 minute thing. I feel like just attention spans nowadays. Like the mid afternoons were more like 10 minutes, and I think that was a mistake. So yeah, like even if it's like 5 to 7 minutes. I'm vaping too much already, dude. I keep saying I'm gonna cut down, and then I never do. I think I have a vaping problem. I should probably go to a vaping rehab. They probably have them now, but it just tastes so damn good. Why do they make the flavor so good if they don't want you to use it? I need to get the worst vape I could possibly imagine, like a Harry Potter bamboozled Jelly Belly that tastes like vomit, and just use that as a vape so that I'll quit vaping and not care about it. That's my plan. This is my show, a bunch of ideas that I'm never going to do. But when I talk about it on live, I trick myself into thinking, hey, I might actually do it. Yeah, what's the date? The 22nd. So next Tuesday, we're going to film the first comedy show, this comedy club, sleazy comedy club sketch show. Oh, Potato Head. Why did Corey stop doing Twitch Talk? I don't know. I'm not sure, Potato Head. I don't know what's going on with that. I wish he was. That's all I know. I know he's been working and doing other shit, so apparently it's fucking with the schedule. But yeah, what do you think, Brandon? Once a week or twice every 2 weeks? That's the other thing, is that the props at public access are gonna suck. Like they have decent cameras, but the props are bad, so we might have to bring some like old liquor bottles and shit. That's probably a good idea. I don't even know. You don't really drink that much, do you, Brandon? We just got to go to a bunch of dumpsters and go to liquor store dumpsters and find some old bottles. Or maybe I'll just become an alcoholic and drink like 5 bottles of vodka before Tuesday. Yeah, even if we have a couple bottles, because I feel like that'll be a thing. Like I should always be kind of drunk, or, maybe you guys could be alcoholics too, but I don't know. I think it would be good if you had Matt Damon on. That's funny you say that, because I just sent him an email this morning and out to Ben Affleck too. And, I told him, I said, Good Will Hunting, it was actually a pretty good movie, you guys. I appreciate you doing it. So if I give them a compliment like that, they're probably going to do it. But you know what we could do if we really wanted to fuck around? We could get somebody from city council on, like some political person in Brooklyn Park, because they actually go to the public access. Like they have a relationship with them, so they'll actually go and do interviews. So we could have them come to do the comedy club sketch and just make them think it's more of an interview. He might end up leaving. I don't know, but it could be funny. It could be worth a shot. Try to get this like square politician to act in a comedy sketch and see if he'll actually do it. That'd be fun because then we'd have to like write it just right so that there's still some jokes in there, but he doesn't catch on as much. That's something I always wanted to do because they'd always, there was this one nice lady that would she was the one that would do the political interviews, and so she would always get these politicians in, and I was like, why don't I do that one time? Just like set up an interview with one of them and just start slowly saying the weirdest shit. It just like seeing how long I can keep him on camera until he's like, all right, I'm not doing this interview. But I also didn't want to mess with public access because they've been good. They've been nice. They're always very helpful. They got great equipment. It's a free fucking thing too. You take 3 2-hour classes and you can rent out all their equipment and go to their studios and use their editing software. It's pretty good. It's like a too good to be true kind of thing because it's public access, but they actually have pretty good stuff. I think I'm probably going to take the old dog out today. Maybe get a few YouTube shorts going. Maybe do some writing. Anybody got going anything on today? Any projects? Anybody out there hustling? I got my dragon picture back there. Mikey's kid drew me that. I love it. It's my dragon, dude. Yeah, Matt Damon's always a good guest. I thought he was actually pretty good in Oppenheimer. I thought he brought some good comedic relief that was needed. I really like Opportunity Partners because they've been together since 1953. That's a long time, you know. You can trust a company when they've been around since 1953. I think my mustache is a little crooked, you guys. I think it's going down at it's got like a weird line here. Should be like right there. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go let my Mr. Loaster out. And I'll be back tonight on Twitch, 5 p.m. Central, you guys. Come and hang out. Be showing some weird theme park attractions, all types of stuff.